How I did it, I don't know.
Hello there, Albie-Wan here. We're playing some more QUIZMONAUTS this evening. We have with us Mr. I'm Dave Angel.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. We have Sean Raven.
Hello.
And we have Shell, who's just taken a mouthful of drink. Spits the drink out over the laptop. End of stream. Nearly, not quite. So we are playing more QUIZMONAUTS. I'm going to bring it up full screen so that we can see the buzzers and who's buzzed in properly and who's buzzed in incorrectly. There we are. So we'll get the
Hang on a minute. Hang on. Do we have a technical problem?
Yep.
Why? What's the matter?
Can't hear Albie.
Can't hear me.
Well,
that is a technical problem. Maybe.
You haven't muted him by accident, have you?
what was that? The Dalek voice.
It's just you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you want this headset?
It's not the headset.
But you did it last time and it fixed it.
It didn't fix
It did. Because you insisted on switching back again.
Albie, say something.
Hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I think they need to call Childline.
I don't think they can hear me.
Oh, I can hear you.
You can hear me.
I can hear you.
I can hear you fine. Yeah.
Hello.
I can hear you from here.
You can hear me from here.
Mm.
All the way over here.
All the way over here.
How about over here?
So long, farewell, Auf Wiedersehen, good night.
Bonjour. And other side.
Another such shite, yes.
In out, shake it all about. That's how you get milkshakes.
It worked just now.
Bah. We've got a sheep here now. Hello, Dolly. When did you turn up?
Apparently, what the long-suffering Mrs. Raven's going to do is she's going to
Turn it off.
kill Discord, plug a headset in, and then start Discord, and then it seems to work okay.
Right. Okay.
In theory.
In theory.
Yeah, in theory.
Can you hear me?
Works. Yep, I can hear you perfectly.
Woo! You can hear me. Is it hear me in a functional sort of game playing sort of manner?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly fine.
Excellente. Right, okay, groovy.
It's just Discord being an ass.
Wow, thank you. Well, Shell just said she just wishes she couldn't. Well,
you were a bitch to me last time.
Well, I know whose buzzes I'm going to ignore this evening. Okay, now. Oh, Jesus. Right. Jesus Christ. Right. We're going to start off with Quiz of the Decades. 80s, 90s, noughties and tenties. And I have agreed to call them just the tenties because it's just funny.
Okay.
Hating tenties.
The tenties, yeah. They're tenting again. Oh, God, they're tenting again. So, yes, are we ready? Fingers on buzzers. Right, first question. What was the surname of the wealthy family from Colorado that were the main focus of the 1980s soap opera Dynasty? I'm Dave Angel.
It was the Colbys.
Incorrect. Anyone else?
Oh.
No.
No idea.
Carringtons.
That's not what I meant.
Colby's was the spin-off. You were close.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
You were close, but not quite close enough.
No cigar.
No cigar. Not yet, anyway.
Preston the Falcon's Shadow.
Good answer, but it was the wrong
It's a
one.
good guess, but it's not the right answer. Yeah, I'm going to start sort of doing the old catchphrase, Roy Walker. It's a good guess, but it's not the right answer.
That's good, but it's no grade.
Yeah.
He was an asshole.
He probably was off screen. I'd imagine a
Yeah,
lot of
he
them
was
probably
off
are.
screen.
Yeah.
'cause that-
Yeah, off
I
screen
met
he
him
was.
Off screen.
Yeah.
I
Like I
met
say,
him off
I've
screen.
heard a lot of that about a lot of celebrities because
5 hours we waited
I
on
used to
Blackpool
have-
Pier for him to appear.
Jesus, and then how long did
It
you wait
was
for him
so
to disappear?
fucking cold.
How long did you wait for him to disappear?
Oh no.
Because I
Not
used to
long.
love Dusty Bin as a kid, but apparently Ted Rogers was
Oh, you need
Well,
to get your
he was an
trousers
arse.
out.
he seemed nice enough when I met him once when he was actually when I worked for Woolworths and he came in and I was serving him at the till. He seemed nice enough then, but apparently I heard from other colleagues that he was a bit of an ass to his wife. Mm,
He was just an asshole. He was a Mr. Entitled. Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
Next question. Which actor rose to fame in the 1990s as a WWF wrestler called The Rock? Shell.
Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne Johnson is the correct answer.
Dwayne.
Dwayne. I wonder why he changed his name to The Rock. It sounds a little bit more macho man. Anyway, next question.
Yeah, he named himself The Rocks. He wanted to sound hard.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna make that. Yeah,
Back
Yeah,
to
but
the
you
tenting
said it-
again.
you said that, but you said it really, really quietly, so no one on stream would have heard it.
Oh.
I barely heard it because I've got like headphones in right next to you.
I've got right and left headphones in.
Yeah, I know, and
just
you can
right,
hear what you're saying definitely.
Yeah.
But if you want to be heard on stream,
Shout at people.
vocalize. Ricola. Not sponsored. Not sponsored stream.
Sorry.
SXT.
We're sponsored by SXT indirectly. Not really.
Good stuff.
We're fueled by SXT. I think
Yeah,
it's probably
good
more to the point.
stuff.
It is good
No,
stuff.
we haven't. We haven't had a cup of tea.
Well, I have.
Well, I haven't.
Is that a demand?
No.
I'll go and put the kettle
Call
on.
yourself a host.
I'll
Bloody
go
hell.
and put the fucking kettle on. I supply drinks, just not that variety at the moment.
I brought the chocolate.
I got the popcorn.
Where?
No, actually, that was Raj, wasn't it? Shit, never mind.
Moving on swiftly.
Moving swiftly sideways
Whoops.
to Buzz. Like
Sorry.
to the rescue.
He slipped.
On to the noughties. Woohoo, Aaron Matron. What was the last Pixar movie to be released in the noughties, coming out in May 2009? Shell.
Monsters Inc. University.
Incorrect. Any other guesses? I'm Dave Angel.
Monsters Inc. I don't know.
No. Sean Raven.
Toy Story 3.
It was Up. Up.
Ah.
Bit of a downer, that one, wasn't it? Sorry. Right. Next question. Fingers on buzzers. Who became Pope in 2013? Shell.
A very old foreign paedophile.
It's not what I've got on the card.
But it's accurate.
But it's not what I've got on the card. Anyone else? Who became Pope in 2013?
I have no idea.
I'll give you a clue. He isn't Pope anymore.
No,
Weird that.
Weird that.
it's a German guy and I can't remember his name.
Mr. Angel,
That's
anything?
Deutsche Pope.
I can't remember it either.
It's Pope Francis.
Oh
Yeah,
right. I thought you were after his name.
Pope Francis.
Not that's his papal designation.
Well-
It's not his name.
Well,
That's
whatever,
like the new pope.
whatever
his name
people
isn't
want to
Lee.
do, people can do. I'm a man of the people. I am a man of the people for the people.
Man of the paper for the paper.
I don't know what
Where
accent.
is it? Where
I
is
don't know
there
what
all-
accent it is.
Where is there all just for the altar boys?
Okay. Pope man and altar boy. I'm not going there.
They did.
Anyway. Whew. We've got a high scoring round so far. So let's
Feeling
keep
safe
it
in
going.
his rectory.
Oh shit! Holy shit! Oh
Stephen
my god!
Lynch.
And it probably would be holy shit. Fuck no, no, we're not going down. Not going down that
You're
avenue.
not
Yes.
helping yourself,
Not going-
are you? Really?
Not
Lord,
going-
bless this stool and all those.
We're not going
Shall
down
I
that
push a
avenue.
stool in
You
for you?
flush
We'll
her.
see how the day goes.
Holy shit!
Yeah, that.
Oh Christ! Let's stop
Was he
blaspheming,
had
shall
shit
we?
at all?
There's a quiz here somewhere. Shall we carry on with the quiz? Right, we're back to the 80s. Do you remember the 80s? Good.
No.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do. You're just lying.
I don't.
What was the name of the character played by Mr. T in the 1980s television show The 80s? I'm Dave Angel.
B.A. Baracus.
B.O. Barockinus is the correct answer.
I just
The
assumed it
B.A.
was
standing
Mr.
for
T.
bad attitude.
Sorry?
I just thought he was called Mr. T.
Mr. T posing. he
I
couldn't
mean,
fit
was
in the
just
car. He was
Mr.
constantly
T.
T posing. Mr. T
George
posing.
He
Peppard
had a name.
really despised him.
Yeah, he did.
He-
The cigar dude.
He
didn't
didn't really
That was
like
Cigar
this.
Dude.
Yeah, he didn't really like the series in general
He
at all
didn't like
because
any
he
of
was
them.
he considered himself to be too well
A
respected actor.
serious actor.
Too
Yes.
well respected actor to be in such a show. He was there for the paycheck.
Yeah,
But yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah,
like I
the
say,
Cigar Dude.
but like I say, actors need work as well as regular Joes. Like I say, even I know they get paid a lot more than us, but they spend a lot harder than us, don't they? All that.
Bolivian marching powder.
Oh shit. Anyway, back to the quiz.
Sherbet!
Sherbet.
What my beardies have got.
And a bag of sherbet.
Sprinkled all over
I always just
their
think of Austin
food.
Powers with the sherbet.
That's why they're hyper.
Right, okay.
Because they've got sherbet all over their food.
Yep.
I showed you the picture.
Yes, you show me the picture.
From my new little friends.
New little friends. A newt. They're minute.
Harrison thought I was getting a gecko. He still called them a gecko, and I had to correct him. And
You'd have had to call him Gordon if you called him gecko. Tell everyone what you've named them. I said one of them should have been called Bernie because she'd named these after dragons.
They're bearded dragons.
They're bearded dragons, but like I say, she'd named them after dragons, and I said one of them should have been called Bernie.
One of them is slightly orangey red, and that's called Flame. One of them is a darkish, galaxy chocolate colour, and he's called Lava. One of them is a mixed kind of browny, orange and yellowish coloured.
You're looking at me as
And
if I
he's
know.
called Storm.
Storm. Yeah.
And
What about Bernie and
tiny.
St. John?
They are tiny. They look like fucking. They look like crickets in their vivarium because the vivarium's huge and they are so.
I have advised Sean not to get too acquainted to the crickets and not to name them because.
No.
But you were putting your money on one of them.
I was putting my money on which one was going to go first. Yeah. Well, I reckon that one. Anyway, back to this quiz that we're supposed to be doing.
Tiny.
Fingers on buzzers. Basketball legend Michael Jordan starred with Bugs Bunny in what 1996 film? Shell. Space Jam and Marmalade as well, yes. And custard is not the correct answer.
Rhubarb.
Meow, 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 meow. Last week at the car boot sale. The week before at the car boot sale, sorry. Yeah, they cancelled it last week. We actually saw a little custard, little toy custard.
Oh yeah.
We were basically there wasn't rhubarb.
We were basically taking the mick out of the stall owner because he had a load of these plushies and whatever on there, and he had loads of he had Wallace without Gromit. He had something else without something else, and it's like look, you can't sell them individually without having the extras. That was it. Jerry without Tom was where we started. It's you can't have Jerry without Tom, and you can't have Wallace without Gromit, and you can't have custard without rhubarb. They took it in good humour, but it's like you can't just sell half of them. Come on, it's just unacceptable.
1 million.
1 million, yeah.
It's a fucking army.
Yeah. I mean, the film's called Minion with an S at the end.
Yeah.
That's minions. That's plural.
It's not Minion 5.
Not Minion 5, no.
Not yet.
No.
That'll be coming out soon.
Yeah. Well, God, yeah. Lost track of those. Anyway, back to this quiz.
Ask Alison, I'll tell you.
Back to this quiz. What was the name of the reality TV series that aired from 2003 to 2007, and starred Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie. This is
What?
really in our ballpark. What? What?
A
The question.
reality show.
Yes,
with
it's where
Paris
it's where they became famous. Her and her sister.
I thought that was because of a
No, she got
porn.
famous for the sex tape.
Yeah,
Well,
that's what I
yeah,
meant.
probably, yeah. But like I say, I mean, this is what
That's what I meant by
this
the
is what
porn
this is
tape.
what this is what made their faces famous.
Not a clue.
No, that was the sex tape as well.
Was
Yeah,
it?
yeah, that
No,
would have been.
I'm pretty sure. Like I say, I've not seen it, but I'm pretty sure people wouldn't have been looking at that. Anyway, the TV series was A Simple Life.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, they have such a simple life.
yeah,
So
yeah,
simple.
like Legally Blonde.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Right, fingers back on buzzers. Not literally.
Sorry.
You keep slipping.
God, I really wish they hadn't put these questions with white on orange, white on blue, white on purple, white on pink. The purple ones are okay. The other colours, it's really hard to read these fucking things. So apologies for the
I won't
extra
be able to
question.
see them
You
anyway.
need a pair of tinted glasses. Make it easier.
Yeah.
I used to have those.
Muammar Gaddafi was the head of state for which nation until 2011? Shell.
India.
Incorrect. Anyone else?
Sounds India. Oh, Gaddafi.
I'm Dave Angel.
Not Gaddafi, wasn't it?
Was it Iran?
No. Anything from Sean Raven?
Guess. I'll guess at Iraq.
No, it was Libya.
We're in the right area.
I mean, in the right sort of
Middle East.
in the right sort of quarter of the world.
Yeah, the Middle East.
But yeah, you were doing. Like I say, I wouldn't have got that, but you know, yeah, I know the name, but I don't know where from. Well, I know where from the news, but I don't know where from.
He did quite well in the news.
Colon Gaddafi.
Colon. Yes, that's a bit of a typo,
He
wasn't
was one of those.
it? Yes.
That was the name of one of my chili sauces.
Wasn't it a semicolon?
Where did you? I'm not going to say where you put that. I'm not going to ask. Not going to ask at all.
There were two. There was Colon Gaddafi, which was made with jalapenos and serranos.
Mm-hmm.
And there was Stinging in the Rain that was jalapenos with stingy nettles.
And did they sting when they were on the way out again?
No, by the time you boiled them, there's nothing there. So
it was just like an empty bowl.
There's
There's nothing here.
No, it goes down. It's a bit like spinach. So,
but it makes your arms bulge and shit like that.
An anchor tattoo.
Yeah. I'm a sailor. I'm not.
And he puts it in olive oil.
Oh dear Lord. Right, fingers back on buzzers. Please, put fingers back on buzzers.
Them, not me.
Yeah. Which nation hosted the 1986 FIFA World Cup?
'86 was World in Motion, wasn't
Shell.
it?
France?
Not France. That was 96, I think. Or somewhere around about then.
I was only 3 in '86.
I'm Dave Angel.
Don't follow football.
Germany.
No. Anything from Sean Raven?
France, Germany. Where are we going next?
Libya.
I don't think so, somehow.
No.
It's right next door. It's fine.
Sean Raven.
I'll go Spain.
That's the closest. The closest one so far, in that it was actually Mexico, so they speak the same language, but wasn't quite the correct answer. I have vague
Football's
recollection
not
of it.
my thing.
Mine,
Not
not mine either.
No.
But my parents always used to put the World Cup on, and I kind of remember it, but I just don't remember what year it would have been.
I get tortured enough.
You do, yes. It's so hard. Such a tough life you have. With
Thanks for
with
noticing.
Football, with football.
yeah, and then everything else. So.
1990s. Billy Corgan is the lead singer of which band that rose to prominence during the 1990s? Ooh, no buzzers. Billy Corgan.
No idea.
Anyone?
No.
Okay, in that case, I will give the answer in the form of a Simpsons quote. Billy Corgan, Smashing Pumpkins. Homer Simpson, smiling politely.
Yes.
Yes, it was the Smashing Pumpkins.
Right.
So, sorry about that. No points there. Wow, this really is a high-scoring round. Wow, impressive.
Thanks.
Which UK band released their first single, I Bet You Look Good on the Dance Floor, in 2005? Shell?
McFly.
No. I bet they look good with their faces plastered with fly swat. Sorry, I'm Dave Angel.
Arctic Monkeys?
It was the Antarctic Monkeys. Yes.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yes, it was the Arctic Monkeys. Right, next question. Which singer-songwriter had 3 of the top 10 best-selling albums in the UK in the 2010s? I'm Dave Angel.
Brian Adams.
No. Shell.
Sheeran. Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran is the correct answer.
Do you know
Not-
what
not-
went through my head?
it
What
w-
was that ginger twat
What
called?
was Ed Sheeran? It wasn't Sheep Sheeran, it was Ed Sheeran.
I was just sat there going, what's that ginger twat called? What's his
Yeah.
name? Yeah, him.
Right, back to the 1980s. Which artist released a
No,
single?
please don't.
I'd love to go back to the 80s.
I wouldn't.
Everything was
None of my
so much
childhood.
simpler.
Well, not
There
none
was
of it,
no internet. Oh my god, it was fucking bliss. I know, technically, I know we're using the internet right now, but it was such
grew up without
such,
it.
so much.
There's no
nicer.
evidence.
It was. You'd actually go out and actually play outside rather than like just
You'd know
constantly
how
indoors.
to, yeah. You
Climb
wouldn't-
trees and shit.
Yeah.
I remember going on dial-up using an acoustic coupler.
What were you using it for? Sorry.
For
It was-
coupling,
it was coupling-
coupling some acoustics.
Coupling you between
And
who and what? Oh my god. Dear oh dear.
For cupping my balls.
Back to this. Can we get back to the fictional quiz that I'm trying to do?
Yeah.
Oh, Shell's lost it.
Skip the childhood, thanks.
Right, so yeah, 1980s. Which artist released the singles Fast Car, Talking About a Revolution, and I'm Dave Angel?
Tracy Chapman.
Here's the correct
Yeah,
answer.
her.
Yeah, him.
No, what? I know that. Oh,
Sorry.
Saw Tracy Chapman, I think, for my 17th birthday, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
which part?
Part of
Elbow.
she was part of an Amnesty International concert
Fair enough.
that was headlined by Bruce Springsteen. It was rather good. It was my first live gig.
Was it in the USA? No.
No, it was at the old Wembley
Born
Stadium.
in the US. It's any song.
He did do that.
Yeah.
He did. Of course, he wouldn't be able to get away without that.
Indeedy. Fingers back on buzzers, please.
Nope.
Latoya Luckett, Latavia Robertson, and Kelly Rowland were all members of which pop group that rose to fame in the 1990s? Shell.
TLC.
It is not TLC. I'm Dave Angel.
Eternal.
No. Sean Raven.
crap. Because that was go. No, Girls Aloud. I don't know.
No. it's not
No,
that.
it was Destiny's Child. Sorry.
Child. Oh, the others.
Yeah. Right. So
Not
next,
Beyonce was in that.
Bianchi, the Bianchi Donkey.
Would have been
Yeah.
too obvious to mention their name.
Yeah.
We do not speak her name.
Indeed. Right. Naughties. Behave. Which song?
Not here.
Which song, released in 2004, featured the lyrics, "Can you practice what you preach, or would you turn the other cheek?" Can you practice what you preach, or would you turn the other cheek? Shell.
Papa Don't Preach.
Not Papa Don't Preach, and I believe that was the 80s. So
Oh, well, yeah, well, not the Kelly
not the Kelly.
one. Kelly Osbourne did the
Okay.
cover of it.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
No
wasn't
idea.
that. It was Where Is the Love by the Black Eyed Peas. Peace,
God,
Love and
that
Harmony.
song kept on and on and on everywhere. Didn't it?
Black-eyed
Everywhere.
penis.
Penis. Yeah. Oh, God, you wouldn't want to get punched there, would you?
Oh God, no.
Oh. Yeah, you'd be a one-handed pianist after that.
I was sorry. I'm just gonna crash the quiz again. I was
Okay.
watching something on the tube of you, and it was some of the former world's strongest men doing legendary feats of strength from
I thought
around
you
the
were-
world.
I thought you were going to say karaoke for a second there.
No. But there was one particular bit where they were trying to match the caber toss of a particular Scotsman.
I was about to
And
take a
there
drink
was
there. Thank you.
there was a Canadian guy called Nick Best, who's one world's strongest man. They were trying to do the caber toss, and he managed to get. They were having problems getting the bloody thing upright because it's a big old caber, and he got it upright, got it onto his shoulder, started to run with it.
Onto his shoulder! Fucking hell, bro.
Sorry.
David Tennant.
Sorry.
He dropped it, went to flick it, and smashed himself straight in the balls with the caber.
What the fuck is... Jesus Christ.
He's not allowed in the Highland Games anymore.
He got crumped. Was not smashed by free.
A point for the most X-rated story of the evening goes to. Wow, that's yeah. Sorry,
That's
no,
nothing, mate.
we were just being children here. I do apologise.
Over his shoulder.
When he was flicking it, as well as worrying me.
I'll send you a link to it if I can find it.
You know, I mean,
If
am
we
I
can find it.
gonna get put on a
How
list
can
for
you
this?
not find it if he's
No.
supposed to fling it over his shoulder?
Oh Jesus, dear, oh
It'd be
dear.
quite easy to find.
Sorry, we are children. I do apologise. Whew. Right, fingers on buzzers. Fingers on buzzers. Which hip hop artist released the album "To Pimp a Butterfly" in is that 2016 or 2018? 2016. To Pimp a Butterfly.
No.
Anyone?
R&B is not my thing.
Oh, I'm Dave Angel.
Snoop Dogg.
No, sorry. Shell?
Kanye West.
Can you be him, man? Sorry.
Okay.
I don't know what accent that was either. Any other guesses, or are we?
You know what that accent was? Bloody awful.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was. Yeah.
So is this Scottish earlier and fucking hilarious?
Hootsmon, Sean Raven.
Bad guess, but Stormzy.
There, like I say, any guess is a good guess when you don't know the answer. It's Kendrick Lamar.
No
Yeah,
idea.
like I say, I
Oh,
wouldn't.
Lamar. Right.
Not Lamar.
Not
as in
Lamar.
not Lamar as in like the British Lamar. That was Kendrick
Oh,
Lamar.
right.
Yeah, Lamar from the UK was a different artist entirely.
Yeah.
Right, final 4 questions, and there literally is everything to play for because
Nobody's playing.
the scores have not been fantastic. Okay, ready for 1980s. Who replaced Jimmy Carter as the President of the United States in 1981? I'm Dave Angel.
Ronald Reagan.
Ronald Reagan is the correct answer.
Ronald Reagan.
Pew, 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 pew.
Pew pew.
And it was funny when they were playing food guns.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Oh dear.
Shooting the Lego.
Yeah. Right, 1990s. What was the name of the first cloned sheep that was born in 1980? I'm Dave Angel.
Dolly.
We actually references. Did we do that references on stream here? We did, didn't we?
Yeah, you
that
called
is
me a sheep.
fucking bizarre. Yeah.
And you said
We
Dolly,
actually
where did you
referenced Dolly the sheep on
when did
stream,
you
and it's
get
come up
here?
in a question. Anyway,
That's annoying. My buzzer didn't work.
your buzzer did not work. I saw you punching your screen, and that screen protector is already broken. You might need to get a new one. Oh dear.
I think my knuckles are too.
Well, there's a lesson to be learnt there.
Yeah, fucking buzzer needs to work.
Right, on to the naughties. In what year did Barack Obama become the President of the United States for the first time? I'm Dave Angel.
2012.
No. Sean Raven.
2006.
Sorry, no. Shell?
2014.
No, it was 2009.
Oh,
2009.
9.
Sorry. Final question.
9.
Yeah.
9.
How many gold medals did Usain Bolt win at the 2016 Summer Olympics? Shell.
5.
Incorrect. I'm Dave Angel.
6.
Incorrect. Anyone else? Sean Raven, got a guess?
I'll guess. 12. I don't know.
12. I mean, he'd be happy with that. The correct answer was 3.
We were all being really generous.
I mean, I'd imagine it's like the 100 metres, 200 metres, and the relay.
And the 800.
Did he do 800 metres?
I don't know.
No, he's a 100, 200 sprinter.
I know one statistic about him. He obviously held the 100 metre record for fastest 100 metres, but
Yeah.
he also ran
So
the 100.
did I at secondary
But he
school.
also ran the 100 metres faster than that in a 200 metre race because he was already up to speed by the second 100 metres of the 100 metre race.
Yeah,
And
so the second 100
he actually
meters.
broke.
Yeah.
He actually broke the 100 metre record in the
200
200 metre race. Yeah. Anyway, at the end of the first round, we have the unfortunate scenario of Sean Raven with no points.
0. Yeah.
We have Shell with 3 points, and we have Mr. I'm Dave Angel with 5 points.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
That's the sound of the
He's
police.
sitting on ice cream again.
Smart ass. That's what Shell was implying, just to be clear.
Yeah.
Only if he can tell you what flavour it is.
Right. For
Neapolitan.
the next round, we are changing to a different set of cards.
I'm going to suppress the dirty comment I was just about to come out about.
Well, dirty boy.
Naughty,
Okay.
naughty.
Very naughty.
Dirty pencil.
Right. Are we ready?
Steady.
Fingers on buzzers. What was the name of Billie Eilish's 2019 album?
Don't know.
Any guess from anyone? If you guess,
I thought-
if you guess this, I'll be impressed. I'm Dave Angel.
Deligaff.
A good guess, but it's not the right answer. And it's probably accurate
I
as
only
well.
know one of her songs.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you any of her songs either. But if you're able
Bad
to actually
Girl?
guess, if you're able to actually guess the
Bad
title of
guy.
it. No, you're not allowed
Bad
to
guy,
Google it.
whatever.
You're not allowed to Google it. The correct answer is.
Hang on.
Hang in.
Hit me hard and soft.
Incorrect.
I was in 2024.
The correct answer is
That's what I've got one of her songs.
When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? And you've reconnected. Cool, okay, so you've reconnected your buzzer. Yeah, so when we all fall asleep, where do we go? I don't know where I go. Anyway, next
Round
question.
of twist.
Yeah.
I like that programme.
Yeah, you did. I have no idea if
It's
you
about
didn't.
a lighthouse.
I mean, it looks quite heavy. I wouldn't have tried to pick it up.
Round the twist.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have
What's
tried
a
to pick it up. It looks
TV
quite
show?
heavy. It
I
looks
was
like
just
quite
saying.
looks like quite a heavy house to me. I just got punched in the head.
Very
Badge of honour.
gently. So
Badge
you're
of
fucking
honour.
lucky.
Next question, fingers on buzzers. I'll actually wait till Shell's finished her drink. Otherwise, she might spit it over herself and everyone else. Me, well, anyway.
You'd wonder who everybody else was.
Well, the laptop.
Oh no, that's effort to get it all the way over
Okay,
there.
right. Right, next question. What document allows you to travel abroad? Shell.
Passport.
Say it a bit louder.
Passport!
Yes, thank you. Just want to make sure people can actually hear you answering.
I am!
Wow. Could you stop
But
answering?
you go really,
Could you
really
stop answering
quiet.
now, please? Oh dear. Next question. Which singer?
Reset buzzers.
No, I
Thank
don't want to.
you.
I don't want to. I
Yeah,
don't want to.
slacking.
I was waiting for no one to buzz. Oh, what a peaceful question that was. If you could, sorry, just not sort of just on that, just in case it's sort of
Keep my
close to-
legs to myself.
Yeah, I'm just saying, don't kick the plug that's actually connecting us to the internet.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Right. So yeah. Next question. Which singer had a 2019 hit with "Someone You Loved"?
Hang on a minute, I've got that song on my playlist.
No, you're not allowed to check. Anyone.
Oh.
I know the song, just don't know who sang it.
I'm Dave Angel.
I'm guessing Sam Smith.
No, but it was a good guess. But it wasn't him. It were not he. Any other guesses, Shell?
Dell.
What, Dell? It's not Dell. It's not Dell, sorry.
Or do. Wee.
Sean Raven, any clue? Any
Any
guesses?
clues? Yeah,
Any clue as to what it is? But yeah.
Singer.
Not a clue. I know the song, but not the singer.
It's Lewis Capaldi.
No, I'd never have got it.
Whose daddy was Doctor. Who?
No, they're not related.
They are.
They're not.
I'm sure. I'm pretty sure he actually
You
is
said
his
they're
son.
not related, but they put him
I'm
in
sure
one of
he's.
his music videos.
I'm sure I've seen both of them referencing each other. I don't know. I'll stand corrected if
No,
I'm
it's
wrong.
only
But
because Lewis Capaldi put him in one of his music videos.
I will
but
look up.
he's
I'm going to look that
not
up
really-
later. But like I say, I'd heard that he had been. But okay, fine, fair enough. Right, resetting buzzers.
Maybe it was a timeshare thing.
Right, next question. Jade, Perry, Leanne, and Jessie are members of which girl band? Shell.
Tick, 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 tick.
Saturdays.
What's that?
Saturdays.
No. I'm Dave Angel.
Bewitched.
No. Sean Raven.
Little Mix.
Little Mix is the correct answer. Right. Oh, that next question's upside down. Oh, no,
Yeah.
I can't read Australian. I have to turn myself around. Resetting buzzers. What nationality are the members of the boy band BTS? Sean Raven.
Fuck's sake.
South Korean.
That is the correct answer. Bing, bing, bing.
Fucking buzzer.
Kin Bazaar is the incorrect answer. Next question. In what year was the Battle of Hastings? Shell.
Fucking buzzer.
1066 is the correct answer. 0898 1066.
No, I actually went to school and learned that.
Yeah, I learned it as well, but it's that stupid advert, isn't it, for the insurance
Hastings
company?
Direct.
Yeah, Hastings car insurance.
That's it, yeah. Right, next question. We've reset buzzers. Good. Next question. What three flavours make up Neapolitan ice cream? I'm Dave Angel.
Chocolate, strawberry, vanilla.
Here's the correct answer, and you can tell that just by sitting on it.
Yeah.
Oh, the callbacks.
Fucking
The
hell.
callbacks this evening. Jesus Christ.
He's fucking read this
It's the only ice cream you can go from the pink straight to the brown. You're welcome.
Holy shit. Again, holy shit. Oh my
They're only
god.
that far apart.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway.
Hang on a minute. It kicked me out of the room for some reason.
Wasn't
Wasn't
What?
anybody else here, was it?
After that, yeah.
Fucking hell.
Jesus. Whew.
Play
I thought it was quite funny.
It was funny, but Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Right. Are we ready? Fingers on buzzers. Which Disney character's nose grew longer
Pinocchio.
each time he had a boner? Pinocchio is the correct answer.
Every time he played with
He got
himself.
my word.
Snow White wouldn't yell, lie, you bastard, lie.
Oh dear. Good lord.
Even though her favourite drink was 7 Up.
Uh-huh. Yes, okay. Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Yeah, 7 Up. Yeah.
Fingers on buzzers, please.
He started it.
He did start it, and you carried it on. Fingers on
I was
buzzers.
joining in.
Who did Camila Cabello duet with on the song Señorita? I'm Dave Angel.
Antonio Banderas. I don't know.
Is not the right answer. Anyone else?
No idea.
Shell?
Enrico Iglesias.
Nope. Sean Raven, any idea?
Not a clue.
It was Shawn Mendes. And I've never heard of him.
I am.
You have.
Hmm.
Well, why didn't you,
I've
why
heard
didn't
of
you
him.
guess the correct
My
answer?
life.
Why didn't you guess the correct answer then? Come
Because I can't
on!
meant to remember that.
Come on!
Barely know what fucking day it is anymore.
It's Friday, right?
I
Right.
think so.
Cool, okay, good. I'm just on the ball there then.
I assume so, because Paul's left his car down the road. So
I assume so because we're doing this.
And that.
And that, yeah.
I
And
assume
it was
I'm
fish
not
and
driving
chips.
him to work. I wouldn't be driving him to work in the morning.
Yeah. Oh dear.
No.
Fingers on buzzers. What type of fruit fell on Sir Isaac Newton, leading him to develop shell?
Apple.
A severe brain hemorrhage. Yes, apple is the correct answer.
No, it was a bath.
It was
And then he invented gravy.
Mavity. It was Mavity. Oh dear.
And then they gave him something to sleep in. No, it was a knighthood.
Oh god. Shell's just like got that one. Yep. She's like
No, I understood it.
you had that blank
On the gravy part.
you had the blank expression first off, and then you sort of just turned your head as like, oh shit.
Yeah, no, I understood the knighthood.
You didn't understand the gravy part.
No.
Gravity.
It's a Red Dwarf quote.
Okay, well, no.
Anyway, gravy has some of the same letters as gravity has,
Yeah, I know it does.
but just not all of them. It has some missing.
Indeed, it is missing.
Sorry, the look I'm getting, Jesus. Oh, if looks could kill.
You know you let me chop your hedge back.
Now that sounds like a euphemism.
Is that metaphor?
That sounds like a euphemism. It's not.
Yes.
It's
I was getting so
actually
fucking fucked off with reversing onto his driveway, and every time this fucking hedge bush thingy has
you said the word bush now. It's just
stores.
you said the word bush. You need to stop now.
Disgusting coloured liquid.
You said the word bush
that's
now, you
really
need to stop.
sticky.
And you
it
know,
was
said-
getting all over
and
the
now
side
you
of
said
my Land Rover.
sticky all over the side of your Land
And then it was
Rover.
getting all of my windows.
Sticky bush all over the side of your Land Rover. Yes, we've got it. Yeah.
So
Sticky
anyway,
bush, sticky bush.
Stop while you're behind. Stop while you're
Sticky
Sticky
behind.
bush, sticky
Yeah,
bush,
it was a
sticky
big
bush.
sticky
Whoa.
bush. And I kept reversing through. I had
Kept
to
reversing
reverse
through
Has
my
through.
anyone
sticky
got
bush.
any shearers?
Yeah,
Nah.
that's what he handed me. So I went
It was
to town on it.
yeah. She was head Sheeran.
I went to town
Oh
on the fucking
Jesus, it's
thing.
getting worse. All the
I'd
fucking
had enough.
callbacks. The callbacks are just too much.
It was locked.
Yeah, I don't want anyone to buzz. See. Right. Okay.
Anyway,
There's a quiz here somewhere, isn't there? Still, yeah.
I don't know.
Fingers on buzzers,
Forgot.
please. Oh God. Where is the smallest bone in the human body found? I'm Dave Angel.
In the ear.
Is the correct answer. Thank Christ.
Ear. Not on the arse.
I'm just glad no one said it was in the bush.
It's the smallest because it's been trimmed.
Well, it looked bigger before.
Now it's further away.
Oh, Jesus. Get that thing gone. Oh.
That's what you said.
Right, compose ourselves. Ready for the next question. Animals that eat both meat and plants are called what? Shell
Omnivores.
is the correct answer. Ooh, minivores. Oh, sorry, my ankle's getting a bit cramped. Just moving that for a second. Right. Okay.
Moving it to your ass or your elbow.
I can't tell one from the other, so yeah. Next question. How many days are there in a leap year? I'm Dave Angel.
366.
Is the correct answer. Pardon me. Resetting buzzers. Right. What is the name of the thin layer of Earth's atmosphere that protects us from the sun's UV rays? Sean Raven
Ozone.
is the correct answer. Bing, bing, bing. And we've grown it back.
Surprised the men could find it. It's the
Ah!
ozone.
The ozone. The ozone. No, it's not that one. It's a different one. Sorry. The looks I keep getting. Right, fingers on buzzers, please. How many milligrams are there in a gram? Shell.
1,000.
1,000 is the correct answer. Resetting buzzers. Which three colours make up the flag of Ireland? Shell.
White, green, and
Do, 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 do.
orange.
Say it louder.
Orange.
Is the correct answer. Yep. Another card down. Resetting buzzers. Right, we have 4 questions left in the round. What is the name of the mythical creature that is half human and half horse? Sean Raven
Centaur.
is the correct answer. Bing, bing,
Well, it was
bing.
Dave.
What, Dave?
No,
Steve?
Bob.
Dave. Horsey
Bob.
bloke down the pub.
Dave.
He smells a bit horsey.
Why the long face?
Yeah.
Anyway,
But it's the arse end of the horse.
it depends on.
So why would it have a long face? If it's a man's
No.
body.
No, but
It's obviously
the arse end is horse.
received the
is
stick
horse.
of wasabi.
Anyway, he's not talking out of his arse, so he should be fine.
Except he's offering to push his stool in.
Although he is a bloke down the pub, so maybe he is.
Having his stool pushed in.
Good lord. Dear, oh dear.
Otherwise they'll need a fucking big bucket.
Well, actually, if you've got a body of a horse, would you be sitting on a stool?
No, I think you'd be standing.
Under the scarecrow getting a
You'd be
walk
outstanding
ball.
in your
Being
field,
outstanding
actually, I
is
believe.
cute,
Outstanding in his field, yeah. Oh dear. Fingers on buzzers, please. What 4 countries make up the United Kingdom? Shell.
England, Ireland, Scotland, Wales. Northern Ireland.
Are we going to allow that? I'm going to leave that up to Mr. Angel and Sean Raven, because technically your first answer was incorrect.
Not really.
Well, it's your quiz. You be the boss.
I'm going to have to disallow that because you said Ireland first rather than Northern Ireland. I'm sorry. Sorry. I've got to be pedantic
I'm
here.
taking cake home.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Mr. Angel,
Yes.
same
The
question.
answer.
England, Northern Ireland, Scotland, and Wales.
Is correct. Yeah. I'm sorry. You said Ireland first. I have to sort of take that as your. I know you corrected it literally as I was about to say incorrect.
Yeah, but, yeah.
Next question. What colour do you get if you mix red and blue? Sean Raven.
Purple.
Purple is the correct answer.
My favourite colour.
Purple. Final question of the round.
Whoops. Sorry.
Incorrect. Who wrote the story of Tracy Beaker? Shell.
Jackie Wilson.
Bit louder.
Jackie Wilson!
Thank you. Thank you.
Didn't they do Repeat?
The finest girl
No.
you ever want to meet.
Pinky and Perky.
Oh.
Pinky and Perky did that.
So did Jive Bunny, probably.
Definitely Pinky and Perky though.
Is that the left and the right ones?
Yeah.
Cool, yeah. Right.
Whatever you call your breasts is none of our business.
Incorrect. Right. At the end of that round, we have the scores on the doors of Mr. I'm Dave Angel on 4 points. We have Sean Raven on 5 points. And we have Shell on 8 points.
Yay.
So congratulations, Shell.
9.
Congratulations, Shell. You've won.
Should be 9.
You've won the kids round.
Well, if that was the kids, you wouldn't be quite so picky as to pick Northern Ireland.
Well, you've got to have the correct education for this quiz. I'm sorry.
I did have the correct education.
Yeah, no, I just had to be picky on that one because I know that people from Ireland and people from Northern Ireland would be very pedantic on that particular subject.
But we're not fucking Irish.
I know, but it's also
We
the incorrect.
insult every other fucking
It's also the
country.
incorrect answer, was what I'm saying. Don't sulk. Oh dear. Are we ready for another
Well,
round?
my nan was Irish, so I can.
Yeah.
My nan was Irish.
And my granddad was a hobbit.
He's taken to Hobbits to Isengard,
Wasn't he?
Yep.
He was.
Was he called Bilbo?
No.
Did he live in Bag End?
My real life surname was given when my grandfather was abandoned, and he found out when he was in the army that his real family name was Proudfoot, which is one of the yeah. There you go, Proudfoot. Yeah, it's one of the Hobbit families in the Shire.
Fair enough. So we have our own Hobbit on our quiz.
We do.
Have to do a Lord of the
And
Rings themed one.
yeah, the long-suffering Mrs. Angel, she used to have a status saying, "I married a 6-foot hobbit."
Or maybe it's just 2 hobbits in a very long trench coat.
A lot of minions.
Or that. Right. Are we ready? Are we ready for another round?
Yay.
Yar. Fingers on
Yar.
buzzers. The Red Wedding is a notorious scene from which TV show? Sean Raven.
Game of Thrones.
Is the correct answer. Point there. Resetting buzzers. Which British engineer created the Great Western Railway? I'm Dave Angel.
Isambard Kingdom Brunel.
Is the correct answer. Bing bing. That's 1 card down. In what year did the Soviet Union collapse? Sean Raven.
1987.
No, sorry. Anyone else? I'm Dave Angel.
1989.
No, Shell?
82.
Earlier than that.
No, it was 1991.
Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah, I thought
was
it was
close.
earlier than that. I thought it was earlier than that, but nope, 1991. Who wrote Crime and Punishment? That's 2 things. I'm Dave Angel.
Tolstoy.
No. Anyone
Oh
else?
no, I'm thinking of War and Peace.
Warren who? Anyone
Pace.
else? Anyone else? Shell?
An author.
An author. An author is not the right answer. I'm sorry. Sean Raven?
No idea. Not a clue.
Dostoevsky.
Yeah, fucking hell. I always get those two mixed up.
Yeah, it's embarrassing when you meet them both in the pub at the same time. Right, tools. Oh, sorry, you're Dosto. Oh, sorry, bud. Fingers on buzzers. What was the name of the 2014 viral challenge that aimed to raise money for ALS? Oh, I'm Dave Angel.
The Ice Bucket Challenge.
Is correct. Sorry, my mark on the thing looked a bit rubbish there. So yeah, Ice Bucket Challenge was the correct answer. Who created the Muppets? Shell.
Jim Henson.
Jim Henson's the correct answer. Bing, bing, bing. Doop, 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 doop. What is the main spirit used in a margarita cocktail? Shell.
Vodka.
Incorrect. I'm Dave Angel.
Tequila.
Tequila is the correct answer.
Might be why I've never had one.
I haven't either.
Tequila, Cointreau, and a bit of lime juice.
Ew.
With a blob of marmalade in it with Vim round the edge.
Vim or Vom?
Vim.
Not Vom. Good, right, okay.
No.
Vimto?
Oh.
Is that Vimto? No, okay.
No, I know what that tastes.
What was it, Albie? It was in Bottom. They made a cocktail called the Esther Ranson, and it was Pernod with a blob of marmalade in the bottom because I didn't have any olives.
And absinthe? Was it absinthe or was that another one?
No, it had Vim around the edge of the glass instead of like sugar. And it was called the Esther Ranson because it pulled your gums back over your teeth.
Yes. I vaguely remember that, but it's been probably about 30 years since I've seen an episode of Bottom, let's put it like that.
Bloody hell.
Probably close to that. Maybe 25. 25 at least, let's put it like that. Anyway, back to quiz. Who won an Academy Award for Best Actress for her role in Misery? Shell.
Kathy Bates.
Kathy Bates is the correct answer. And who was Best Unsupported Actor?
That poor bastard who had his fucking ankles.
Yeah,
smashed in.
unsupported actor. No longer supported.
No, not by his own fucking leg.
James Caan.
James Caan. Sorry.
Yeah, James Caan.
Can't.
James Caan. Yeah. James Caan. Back to the quiz. Fingers on buzzers. Launched in the 90s, which cuddly toys have heart-shaped labels attached to their ears? Sean Raven.
Oh, got two over there. Beanie Babies.
Beanie Babies is the correct answer. I was about to start timing you out there.
I know, because I would say TY, because that's what it says on the label.
The answer on here literally just says Beanie Babies rather than TY. So yeah, Beanie Babies is perfectly acceptable. Sorry, you're getting really upset now, aren't you? You're getting so upset. Oh no, are you gonna go into the quiet?
We actually had a friend of ours who.
With a fucking bottle.
Sorry.
You are pushing it, mate.
Sorry, what was
We
that?
had a friend of ours who bought us a Beanie Baby bride and groom for when we got married.
Mm-hmm.
And they're really quite collectible now.
I was gonna say, are they still together? Sorry.
My mum.
Yes, they are.
My mum had about 500 Beanie Babies.
I've still got a fair few, but I just don't really know where they are anymore.
I've got
from all over
5,
the world and all different collectible ones, and
I did buy a few, but I only bought ones that I actually was interested in. I bought ones that I was interested in that I thought looked cute, rather than buying them specifically because I thought they're going to be worth something.
Instead of Beanie Babies, I collected Bad Taste bears.
Oh yeah, I had those as well.
Yeah.
Still got them.
I still got them.
Anyone shocked by this revelation?
Yeah, I think I've still got a Bad
Not
Taste
really.
bear at home, but the others I had to keep out of sight as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then I do have Chucky and Tiffany sitting on my shelf in my bedroom, and my son wants me to cover up so he can still sit and watch TV in my room because I've got Chucky stood right next to Tiffany with his dagger up to her throat.
I just hope for their sake that they never actually watch those films.
Well, I've just ordered their son.
At least while they're children, anyway.
I've just ordered Glenn.
Oh dear.
Their son.
Oh
and
dear.
It talks as well.
Oh dear Lord.
I've got giant Chucky, little Chucky and Tiffany that talk with
Uh-huh.
a dagger, and now I've got their son, the seed of Chucky.
Perfectly well-adjusted family.
Yeah, absolutely.
So careful with the cable, sorry. So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'm just going to try and move this a little bit to give you a bit more room by losing some myself.
I've only got a Chucky Funko.
Yeah, you
Yes,
got
I've
the Funko as
got
well.
3.
You got the Funko as well. Yeah, well, 3
I've
apparently.
got Tiffany.
Tiffany.
I've got Tiffany and 2 Chuckies. Or Chucky and Tiffany.
You got Chucky, Tiffany, and something in between.
And Tiffany.
Something in
I've
between.
got Tiffany, yeah. Which is like a mix and match of Chucky
50-50.
and Tiffany. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a Chucky with a painting error. So.
Right, okay.
Well, it didn't get painted properly.
Wow, that would be worth billions. Maybe, I don't know. Might be worth less, I don't know. Who can tell these days? Yeah. Right. Next question. Fingers on buzzers, please. In which city is the Maracana Stadium? I'm Dave Angel.
Madrid?
No, sorry. Any others? Any other guesses? I'm probably pronouncing it completely wrong, but Shell? Say it louder.
A big one.
A big one is
What's a
incorrect.
stadium in it?
Yeah, but stadiums aren't city-sized usually. But
It has to be a big city to fit other stuff in.
It's still the incorrect answer. I'm sorry. Sean Raven.
Barcelona?
It was Rio de Janeiro. Rio de Janeiro. Fingers back on buzzers. Yes, we can was the 2008 campaign slogan. Sean Raven.
The Labour Party.
Incorrect. I'm going to read the rest of the question for everyone else. Yes, we can was the 2008 campaign slogan for which American politician? I'm Dave Angel.
It would be Donald Trump.
Incorrect. Shell.
Hillary Clinton.
Still incorrect. It was Barack Obama.
I don't care.
You don't care. I don't care anymore. I don't care. Yeah. Right.
Just carry on.
You haven't got your phone on vibrate when it does that, have you, Mr. Angel? Just want to check that you're not sort of deliberately getting a buzz out of your phone or something.
Buzz out your buzzer.
No.
Cool. Just thought I'd ask. Next question. If somebody is standing or moving in the flight of a golf ball, what is the famously shouted
4.
3,
Play.
2, 1.
Yeah.
Good
night.
Yeah. Here's the correct answer. 4.
Standing in a field one day.
Certain American presidents. Sorry. After you, Mr. Angel.
I was standing in a field one day when I realised why footballs get bigger the closer they get to you, and then it hit me.
It's as bad as my joke about the flaming family that live,
Stone's throw away.
Yeah, the family that died from like head injuries, and they lived just a stone's throw away. Yeah. But I was gonna say 4. That's quite ironic because certain American presidents who like to play golf can't count that high. Resetting buzzers.
Have to take their socks off.
They've got names for all their toes.
Yes.
They're special.
Speckle.
I played that song for Mia on the way to Cornwall yesterday.
Like Larry and Barry and oh god, I forgot them.
Itchy and Scratchy.
An athlete.
Yeah.
Name them athletes.
Athletes. Yeah. So they'll be like
foot. So
they'll be like
they've got to be named athletes.
Oh my god, what was his name that we had earlier?
Bolt.
Usain Bolt. So we've got Usain Bolt as one of them. Linford Christie as another. I can't remember any athletes. Showing my age there with Linford Christie. Right, fingers on buzzers, please. How many lines are there in a limerick poem? Shell.
3.
Incorrect. Anyone else? Sean Raven.
5.
5 is the correct answer.
I ran out of ink.
There once was a man from Nantucket.
I ran out of ink.
Anyway.
There once was a lady from Ealing. We'll leave that one there.
Fingers back on buzzers.
That could be peeled off the ceiling.
Peeled off the ceiling. Wow. She really was sticky. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm not going to say the rest of it.
Probably best. Probably for the best. Right. Fingers back on buzzers. Which vegetable is used to make the layers in a moussaka? I'm Dave Angel.
Aubergine.
Aubergine. Or
Don't wanna cock
eggplant.
that up.
Eggplant for our American.
Don't want to cock that up.
Yeah, we got you. Right. The next questions are in Australian, so I'll turn those ones around. Right. Which 2017 movie marked Jordan Peele's directorial debut?
Who's Jordan Peele?
Which 2017 movie marked Jordan Peele's directorial debut? I'm Dave Angel.
Get Out.
Fine, okay, whatever. I'll go. But I'm not happy about this. Yeah, it is the correct answer. It is the correct answer. Get Out. Get out, get out. Right. Fingers back on buzzers. The term Eureka is attributed to which mathematician? I'm Dave Angel.
Archimedes.
Is Archimedes the correct answer? But not Pythagoras. Always with the triangles.
No.
The
I think the
triangles.
answer is somewhere in these triangles.
Fingers on buzzers. What is the largest island in the world? Shell.
Australia.
I'm going to go with the correct answer on that one because we've had this question before in another quiz.
We have.
Exactly the same thing. And it had the same answer, which I still believe to be incorrect. So we're going to go with, point to Shell there. Because we were all in agreement that Australia is considerably larger than Greenland.
Yes.
But, and like I say, even when I Googled the answer to that question, it came up with mixed replies. There was like an AI answer that said Greenland, and then there was actual other answers that said Australia and other places, and Anyway,
well, Australia is in this grey area because it's big. It's bigger than any other island, but the problem is it's a continent as well.
Yeah,
Australasia. So it depends on whether it counts.
Australasia is technically the continent, isn't it? But I don't know if Australasia.
Yeah.
Does Australasia include New Zealand and stuff like that? I presume it does.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, so that's the continent, and Australia would be an island. It's a big bloody island. Don't get me wrong, but I'm going to go with that as a correct answer purely because we had this argument before and we all agreed that Greenland was a silly answer for that one. Anyway, and like I say, even after, well, not quite yet.
Not yet.
Give it 5 minutes. Even he'll have control of all those penguins.
Right now.
Yeah, penguins, I know, don't live in.
Yeah, they haven't been paying tax.
I know that penguins don't live in Greenland. Just funny for the sake of a joke. But he's got an
But they do live in Australia.
They do live in Australia. They go on holiday to Australia.
No, there are some permanent resident penguins.
Well, they've got dual citizenship.
Yeah, they just swim to Antarctica every now and then.
Right, fingers back on buzzers.
It's empty now, so it won't hurt as much unless I do it properly. You keep taking the piss and it's getting inserted somewhere.
At least I can take the cap off. Impressive.
I don't know, it's got sharper edges.
Impressive skills. Anyway, can we get back to the quiz now, please? Can we get back to the quiz now, please? Rather than these death threats, or
It's not a death threat.
Well, I don't know. Depends how far you stick it.
Well,
it's not a threat. It's a promise.
Yeah, that.
Right, fingers on buzzers, please. Pardon me.
No.
Incorrect. Which nation hosted the 2019 Rugby World Cup? Shell.
South Africa.
Incorrect. I'm Dave Angel.
France.
Incorrect. Anything from Sean Raven?
Somewhere else.
New Zealand.
Japan. Apparently it was Japan. Japan.
Didn't think they had played rugby.
I wouldn't have thought so personally, but maybe they just wanted the prestige a bit.
They wanted the money.
Fingers back on buzzers. the Stratocaster guitar is manufactured? I'm Dave Angel.
Fender.
Fender Bender. I had a funny feeling you were going to get that one.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
strange
didn't
that.
even bother
Weird,
going
that.
near the buzzer or as soon as you said Stratocaster.
Name all of the 7 deadly sins. I'm Dave Angel.
Sloth, avarice, lust.
I'm going to stop you there.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Anyone else with 7
I'll have
deadly
a go.
sins? Yep.
Sloth,
Yep.
lust,
Mm-hmm.
greed,
Yep.
3. Up. My brain's given up.
Shell?
I've only got 4.
You've only got 4. These are your favourites, are they? Your personal best. I've only achieved 4 so far. What the fuck are the other ones of?
That's just today.
It's just today, right? Okay, yeah. It is early still, you know.
Yeah.
A couple more
Got a
hours yet.
few hours left, yeah.
Gluttony.
Gonna guess.
Gluttony, greed, lust, sloth.
Jealousy.
Don't.
Wasn't one of them, just to be clear.
What have I done? Oh,
Yeah,
I'll
I
shut the
don't
fuck up
know.
then.
Pride, greed, lust, envy, gluttony, wrath, and sloth.
Oh, pride, wrath, and envy.
Yeah.
Hang on, I've managed that, apart from the pride bit. I've managed the rest of them.
That's what you are.
So I had 6 out of 7
Love
today.
and pride. Okay, you've done well then. You've done well. And that was before lunchtime when you came round here.
No,
Right.
I only got here at 3:30.
Well, that was lunchtime because that's when
No,
you had
we
your
had
lunch.
breakfast. No, I had breakfast.
I had lunch.
I had breakfast.
Well, fine. Okay, you had breakfast.
I've just had lunch.
You've just had lunch.
I've just had lunch.
Yeah, your day is very much upside down. Anyway, at the end of that round, we have Sean Raven on 3 points. We have Shell on 4 points. And we have Mr. Angel, the Neapolitan genius, on 7 points.
The
on
ice
7
cream
points.
man.
Oh dear. Now, is everyone up for a final round or?
I think I'm failing fast at the moment.
Okay, that's fair enough, but that's fair. So we basically have Mr. Angel winning 2 and Shell winning 1 this evening then.
I haven't had ice cream today.
Hmm?
Because I haven't had ice cream.
Yeah, you didn't have ice cream, yeah. Yeah, you
just chocolate.
Haven't got the smart ass to deal with it. Well, thank you for that. That's been very silly and very stupid and quite funny as always. Love these silly quizzes. Well, I love all the silliness in between the quiz questions more specifically. But yes, oh dear. So yeah, thank you to everyone for joining us. Thank you, Mr. Angel.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sean Raven.
Cool.
And thank you, Shell. You jumped the gun a little bit there. And I'm not going to thank you now because of that.
Okay.
Thank you, Shell, for joining us for this silly quiz. Hope anyone watching has enjoyed and returns for following weeks. I actually meant to advertise
Please come again.
I actually meant to advertise this on the Complete Xbox thing. I always forget because I just don't even think about it. But Mr. Couples was saying the other day that we should post up this on their Discord, but I always forget about it. But yeah, and then we might get a few more participants. Hopefully, hopefully with a similar sense of humour to us. Otherwise, they may be very brief participants. But yeah, thank you to anyone who's tuned in to watch. Hope you've enjoyed the stream. We'll catch you again soon.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.